The surging real estate market continues to climb. Hi, I'm Scott Neal, the broker of Scott Neal Real Estate in Richardson, Texas, and we help people buy and sell homes in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And earlier this year, Realtor.com announced the release of what they call the Housing Recovery Index. And what this is basically a weekly guide that shows how the pandemic has impacted the national real estate market. And the index looks at a weighted average of a couple of key components that we can see through data in the real estate market. Number one, it looks at housing demand. And so this is growth in online search activity. So how many people are getting online and looking at properties. Now, I understand, a lot of people just like to pass the time and look at pretty houses. People sign up on our website all the time saying, not moving, I just like to look at pretty houses. So, maybe this doesn't necessarily mean something, but we certainly can see a correlation, at least on our website. When we get more activity, we see more sales spit out on the other end. Number two, they look at home price. So this is the growth in asking prices. And over the last several years, we've certainly seen the sale price continue to go up. Correlation to asking price continue to go up. And one thing that's really important to notice is that our percentage of sale price to asking price ratio has continued to go up as well. So now in the boom, especially over the last couple of years, sellers have been retaining more and more of their asking price. And we are certainly seeing homes continue to go up in price because of the very low demand that we have in the market, which leads me to the third thing, which is housing supply. So this is the growth of new listings. How many new listings are coming on the market? And then, of course, number four, the pace of sales. So what is the difference in the time on market? How long does it take for homes to go under contract from the time that they get listed? And the index compares the current status of our market to what was happening in January of 2020. So they basically set that as a baseline to see how the market is doing post-pandemic versus pre-pandemic. And the overall index is set at a 100. This is the baseline. And so the higher the market's index value, the higher its recovery has been. So I want to show you just a couple of graphs right now so that you can get a more clear understanding of how well our real estate market is doing today. This graph charts the index by showing how the real estate market started out strong in early 2020 and then dropped dramatically at the beginning of March when the pandemic paused the economy. It also shows the strength of the recovery since the beginning of May. Today, the index stands at its highest point all year, including the time prior to the economic shutdown. And the momentum is still building. Though there is some evidence that the overall economic recovery may be slowing, the housing market is still gaining momentum. Zillow tracks the number of homes that are put into contract on a weekly basis. Their latest report confirms that buyer demand is continuing to dramatically outpace the same time last year, and the percent increase over last year is growing. Clearly, the housing market is not only outperforming the grim forecast from earlier this year, but it also is eclipsing the actual success of last year. Frank Martell, who's the president and CEO of CoreLogic, explains it best, quote, "On an aggregated level, the housing economy remains rock solid despite the shock and awe of the pandemic." So the real estate market is doing fantastic right now, and as I'm making this video, it is October 2nd, and we're now moving into the fall season, and typically in the fall and the winter, we start to see sales drop off. However, inventory remains extremely low still right now. We have a lot of clients out there that want to buy a house today. We have new listings coming on the market. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now is a fantastic time to get into the market. Buyers, interest rates are as low as they can possibly get. There are still some really good deals out there that you can get, especially if you find a home that's been sitting on the market for a little bit. Those people tend to be a little bit more negotiable. But sellers, if you have a great home and you're willing to price it within the market we can almost guarantee that your home will go under contract in the first week. And most likely you're going to be able to get multiple offers and sell for over asking price. So all you have to do is just give us a call and talk to us about what your situation looks like, what you're trying to accomplish, and we'll let you know how we can help you. So give us a call at our office, 469-998-3322, or visit us on our website at mydallashomefinder.com. There you can see all the listings coming on the market in the MLS, as well as information, tips, and tricks about real estate, and get a free home evaluation on your property. So we look forward to working with you soon. Thanks, and happy selling.